What's up?
Hey, not much. How's things?
I'm good. Just solo practicing. It's a lot easier than playing. It's a lot more fun for me. I'm It's kind of cathartic. Uh,
Yeah, you're in that phase of like practicing's just like pretty chill, whereas playing is not as chill.
it's not even that.
Yeah,
It's like it's definitely a
yeah.
comfort thing because on controller I do it a lot. I switch to box, do it a lot, and it just becomes like I don't know. I'm more used to it as practice than anything, so it's very comforting. Um, but yeah, sent you a couple of files. I don't have a lot that I like. I think the reason I decided I needed a coaching session was I have I feel pretty confident in what I want to go for in my gameplay now, ideas wise, but I'm sure I have holes that I just can't point out. It's all I think it's a lot of it's mental stack. Like I won't layer my mix-ups or um I won't pressure as effectively, or I'll just stop pressuring because I'm like thinking, oh, you should be moving fast now to pressure, or stuff like that. So I think that that's the kind of stuff I want to focus on if I'm not threatening enough.
Yeah. I actually from the bit I watched last night anyway, like the big thing was I think you play a wee bit too like short hoppy almost. Like
Mm-hmm.
so I think like if people like if other foxes for example use more full hop over you, like full hop back air and stuff, I think that could be like a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I think just more like your dash dances are like I like how much you're using dash dance and stuff like that's good, but I do think like playing that into short hops can also like it's really strong, but I think you need to like mix it up to make it more like threatening.
I always felt like this is stupid. It's been a big problem of mine. Like I felt like I was very very reliant on full hop when I first started. It's such a strong tool, and I was like, okay, this is silly. I'm gonna spam this, and it's got so many mix-ups. It's so interesting. And after a while, I was like, wow, I just don't even know how to play the ground game. And I think that kind of it stopped me from doing it a lot. I really love you'll see in like IBW does like full hop over to the side platform there and then it'll shield drop back here. I love those, but like outside of setup pressure sequences, I don't really know how to use full hop honestly. I kind of use it as like please don't scrap with me or please don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I use it I would use it actually a lot. Like if I'm fighting against your type of style that I seen when you were fighting Fuzzy, I would end up
Mhm.
using full up quite a bit because I think like if it's a fox that loves to use like really fast aerial short hops, I think like full hop deals like really well with that. Because
That's fair.
because as long as you're jumping early, so you're getting over them. Obviously, you can stuff the jump if you're jumping late. But I do think like so. I think like because like when I was watching you play, it kind of reminds me how like Hacks plays a bit.
Yeah.
So like I think like there's a lot of like good takeaways from it. Just as you say, I think just need to layer some mix ups like on top of the playstyle you currently have.
A lot of stuff I was you'll have known I was really passionate about like how can I set myself in situations where I'm just doing optimal risk reward. I think I would play platforms a lot more. I still really believe in like platform play styles. It's like I really try to play to learn. Like I'll go for like tech chases every time or ledge dashes every single time I go to the ledge to build that muscle memory because uh I was always thinking like, oh, eventually, like a year or two later, I'll turn on the full hops and stuff, and then I'll just have such precise ground game that it'll kind of feed into itself. And like I was playing against Fuzzy, and I'd realized when he would play the platforms, I didn't have as clear answers, especially at like the low percents. And I was like, it kind of reminded me that I used to do that a lot more, and it's something I want to do, and I should be looking into it more. Like shield drop air is so good, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense because as you say, like you like when I remember when I played you way back, like you were doing a lot of full ups, so it's kind of like you're probably like kind of overdoing the other style now to get it into your game, so the other one's kind of taking a step back. But like it's just since you've done it before, it should be easy enough to like use that new style you're kind of going for and mixing in like the old way. So like I think a balance of those two should be like your best bet.
I think I need to be more cognizant cognizant of when to change it, because I think it's for tournaments like first Falco. I like specifically outside of tournament, I will go for the ground game a lot because I want to learn off laser and I want to learn I want to get good at the power shield reversals. I want to get good at baiting Falco to approach me, but like it's still really inconsistent. And if I go into tournament, I will use a very defensive platform playstyle if I feel like I absolutely have to. But a lot of that is like I'm concerned that that will be impacting my rate of improvement because it's like, why wouldn't I just do that all the time? Is it really making me learn faster if I'm forcing the ground game more? I've been thinking about that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the way you look at it is pretty good. Like play like that's definitely my method. Is like when especially when you're doing friendlies and stuff. It's not tournament. Like there's nothing on the line, so play to improve is like a really good mindset. So I feel like if you like if you're struggling to like do like power shield or take laser into stuff, like I think like you should definitely focus on the stuff you're weaker at in friendly. So like if you find you're weaker at that, then like playing like platforms full happy style and Falco, like because realistically there's still times you want to like play platforms even if you are comfortable like power shielding and like because then they'll play around that too like good Falcos. So again, it's going to be a mix of the two, but I do think like playing towards what you're weaker in friendlies is like a really good shout.
I felt like especially at the level I'm at, the ground game will be a lot harder to learn, and there'll be more nuance to it that would also transfer to the platform game. I felt like if I played the platform game when I'm struggling to out dash dance people or like whiff punish reliably, then it's like I feel like I'm kind of bashing my head against the wall because I'll just be like, I don't know,
Yeah,
struggling to
yeah. I mean,
dash dance.
I think it's good because like realistically, if you were like if you kept playing to the default style like full hop and going to platforms and all that stuff, like I feel like a Falco that can deal with that style, you're not really gonna have a way to like adapt to the other if you're not comfortable with it. So
I've noticed that even turning on the platform style, I'm not as comfortable with some Falcos because some Falcos are good against the platform style and some Falcos are better against the grounded stuff. And that's when I start to. Well, at that point, I'm already playing players that are at my level or better. So it's for me, it's not a huge concern because I'll get better over time. But it's like I'm wanting to play for longer term investment and yeah.
yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I'll share my screen. We can watch. So it's mainly the like I've just got the Fox Ditto on Yoshi's from you and Fuzzy because I've seen some of the Sheik games, but look kind of like you were rolling the Sheik a little bit. So I think you look
I
like
feel like even
more.
though like these are the reason I sent the ones that I'm doing well is like I still feel like even in those games the in my mind I'm like okay I'm playing well these games I can't see what I'm doing wrong I would probably do that again but there are probably holes like in the ones that I'm losing like I'm like miss execution or like I'm not as confident in the ideas or yeah
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
when I would imagine you would watch the sheet games and go like nah but I would have done that there and
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
that's true. Yeah, I mean, we should be able to get through them all anyway. So we'll start with it doesn't really matter what order, but we'll start with this Fox Ditto and Yoshi's, and I'll see what I can find here. And like if yeah, feel free to like stop me, ask questions, write notes down. Just anytime I'm going too fast, just let me know. Okay, there's already something. Here I would always grab if they're near the ledge because they'll just slide off to shine. Yeah.
so would double shine not pop them up sometimes
If they get the right DI, they can still slide it off if they hold like full down. So like it's not really that like it can be good if you can't make like so this is like early on in the set like or like in the game or whatever so like maybe it's like okay I'll go for it might work type thing. So I would say this is more like you get more reward for it but it's less consistent than just going for the grab.
think I have a lot of questions about this. So in my mind, I'm thinking if the first shine hits and they're sliding off to the ledge, as they're sliding off to the ledge, the second shine could hit. If the first shine hits and it pops them up, and the second shine hits, it combos and they're off stage. But like, I I do know I see that interaction a lot where they just slide to the ledge no matter what off the double shine.
Yes, because like even if you do it really fast, like if they get good DI away, like the shine is so little range that usually they can get DI that's gonna get them out of the second shine range if their DI is good enough.
Do
So
you never go for double shines at the edge? I feel like it's like a big part of my gameplay for Falco and Fox.
I don't
I
know.
feel like I get a lot of games.
I don't know if I'd never like. There's times like this one's kind of fine because it's like or like you're kind of checking out. See, like I would kind of go for it, see if it works type thing maybe, but I wouldn't like rely on it quite as much. Like I prefer the more like consistent going for grab, getting like on the platform and stuff.
My follow-up question for this would be like, you know how Leffen will do like shine wave dash jab as they're sliding off the stage? Why does that work, but this doesn't work?
So a big thing is like jab and like for example down tilt have like more range than shine. Like I actually really like shine down tilt at the ledge because has a really big disjoint. So I'm a big. If I actually would have preferred to see shine down tilt, and then the only reason that this percent is down tilt doesn't do sometimes that much, but it can catch them when they're gonna grab leads and make it awkward, and like you can cover maybe a panic jump or something. But I just think a lot of times the shine's just like not big enough range, so it's kind of like if you're catching their DI off guard, like it's kind of like you're catching them slipping type thing.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I do get reversals a lot of out of that, and I wasn't sure why. I do see people snapping to ledge a lot. I always thought that like as they're slipping to ledge, I'd be able to catch them, like with the shine wave dash jab that catches you as you're kind of falling off the stage. I saw Leffen doing that a lot, and that's why I was going for these double shines. Um,
Yeah, I would say I would say like still don't like cut it out, don't cut it out completely, but I would say like once you try it maybe once or twice, see it's not really like they're getting the DI, they're getting the slide off, like they're getting the enough DI away to get the slide off and dodge the second shine. I'd start to go for the more like try shine down tilt and also just go for the grab and tech chase as well.
I'm getting converted to the. I'm thinking forward throw. Like even if I hit the double shine, like they're gonna have to fuck up if they're gonna go below the stage.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like forward throw
exactly.
just getting a 50-50.
Yeah, like you'll see the amount left and goes for forward throws at like any percent when they're like right at the ledge. It's really really good. Like because like if you play it well enough, you're not really gonna get reversaled, but yet you literally have a chance to just like take the stock there and then every forward throw you get at the ledge. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think it's just more, it'll always work if you're fast enough with the tech chase, and it's just like really rewarding too.
Yeah, yeah. I, I still tend to go for the same kind of things off forward throw too. Like I mix up between the three of downward angled forward tilt nair. If especially at low percent, it catches the jump all the time, and then the nair is just really really hard to get around, and it'll catch the side Bs a lot. Um, if I feel like I can shark them around the higher percents, I'll try and react with bear. I'll grab the ledge a lot, and at lower percents as well, I'll jump off shine to read double jump back. But it's very often I'll read panic options for tournament, and it's player to player, but um, it doesn't feel concrete. But I feel like that's just an experience thing.
Yeah, yeah. Like I know a very common option for Vox is like they'll drop a bit, shine stall, and then double jump out, and either
I do that.
they'll either double jump sweet spot the ledge, or they'll double jump and like attack with like down tilt
Up air.
or sorry down air, up air, nair, like just something to like hit them away. So like sometimes doing like even a forward throw and like crouch canceling can be really good.
Mm.
And then like if they do up air, you can crouch cancel first hit and shine them, and then they're just dead. So like mixing that in, because I feel like that's a lot of Fox's like default out of getting forward
It's for
thrown.
sure.
It's one of mine. Like I don't always use it, but I use it quite a lot because it works quite a lot. So because a lot of Foxes won't like crouch cancel after a forward throw.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like adding that, like the other options you pick are really good. I would also add in like crouch cancel as well.
Yeah. For me with the jump back, it's always like I never expect if they're going to cover anything, it's going to be the jump back. I feel like no foxes really cover it, just in my experience, and it's like a comfort option to just jump back and throw an aerial.
Yeah, yeah. No, for sure. You see how did this start? I just missed a wave dash. Do you actually mainly play on box or controller actually?
Yeah. So past year and a half, I did well, past year I did 8 hours a day of box, mainly solo practice, just playing all the time, and it was quite draining. But I loved it while I was doing it. But recently I've been playing a lot less, but I still love it. It's just like it what I really thought that like I just wanted to play all the time, but I just didn't at one point, and it is what it is. But yeah, all bot.
Aye, all box. We actually got the crouch cancel there, didn't you?
Let's see.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. I tried to wave dash punish, but I just fucked it.
Yeah, would have just shot, even shot. Like if you see them that close, you can just shine and get the knockdown, and then you're already in a good place to like chase.
Also, with the double shine, like if they instant ledge dash, I'm just gonna get up tilt punished shine.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Your position. So like for the slide off, you're like in such a bad position to just get reversal. That is like I forgot to mention that, but yeah, that's why I like the grab because like you just you're in advantage when you get the grab. So.
I'll go for shortens every single time as well because it's something I want to learn. Very often you'll see me like slide off side B and it'll look like it's just an awful side B, but I'm trying to time the shorten. I feel like even when I do those, I'm doing those to try and get more awareness with them because I really believe in the slide off side Bs. But a lot of them look really crusty and bad, and I'm not happy with the decision making still. But...
Yeah. See, like this is kind of the thing I was talking about here with the full hop. It's like you're playing so ground. You're kind of like waved.
Yeah.
There's no like reason really for this wave dash. You could just be like dash dancing because like by wave dashing you're just like limiting your options stuck in that wave dash.
In my mind, as he's playing the plats, I'm like, okay, this is when you do the move past prop thing now.
Yeah.
I spam buttons and I run all across the stage, and I think I just gave him the entire stage. And I'm like, oh, I'm an idiot. And I'm like, well, now you have to do something. And I start running up to him. Okay, establish some pressure, maybe. Oh, what do I do?
Yeah. So like because you wave dashed like when you were that close to him, he's now like you have to shield because you don't have the space to like dash back anymore. So now this kind of makes it awkward. Whereas if you had been doing like a good, nice like dash dance at the time, you could have been like dash dancing, dash back with punish the landing. Even then, you maybe the best thing maybe to do here would have been like try trade or else beat with up tilt. To be honest.
Yep. In one of the later games, I get a wave dash up tilt on one of these nairs. It's definitely reactable. He's like pre-committed. I hit a wave dash up tilt on one of them. They are harder. This is something that I would try and power shield shine or like shine out of shield if I could catch him landing on me high. But I would tend to go for up tilt more. I think this was one of my earlier games in the day, but I don't think it's the worst decision. But
Yeah.
like I have alright. I tried and shine out of shield that. That's one thing as well. I spammed for shine out of shield on like Fate Burial. It's bad. Just terrible muscle memory.
Yeah, and then here, I like the DI you did to make it kind of ambiguous if you land, but here, up air won't kill you anyway if he was to, like, there's nothing else he's gonna really do here but back air, so just get ready to, like, DI for back air.
Very often I'll do no DI to get out combos. I think that was one where I felt like if I do no DI, I have a better chance of living than if I hold in.
Okay, yeah. It's just knowing the situation. Yeah, I have some. I actually mainly do it on Marv. Kind of trips me up a wee bit for that more. At times, but there's a lot of times where Marv's really good to know DI on because like if he forward throws at the ledge, down tilt will miss, and he can't like forward smash and do all that stuff. So.
Didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I always thought it was just hold in or hold away for that.
Yeah.
Tell me to not hold anything when it's like.
Yeah. Okay. I learned it from KJH. He had a video on it, and it's best to like no DI at the ledge if he forward throws.
Yeah.
But yeah, here it's literally like he's not gonna like I don't know, maybe he could try some forward air and then but he couldn't really do much, so it's probably just gonna be a back air.
Yeah, I think maybe like if you're some optimal fox, turn around forward air, but like nah.
Yeah,
fuzziness isn't gonna do that. You got some silly shield grab. I've been doing get up attack a lot from ledge. I find that if people are testing me at the ledge a lot, it will work.
Yeah, I don't like that up smash either at this percent. I just don't like it a lot. I think up smash is a lot better versus Falco in neutral, just because he likes all the short up laser stuff. But like because Fox full ups a lot as well, it's like
Yeah.
not really like there isn't that much this is gonna catch. Like the risk reward just really isn't in your favor. Whereas if you'd done like a running drill or like a running fade away drill or even an overshoot drill or running shine, like you're just not gonna be stuck.
It felt to me the worst part of this was that I attacked beat one just out of lag. I just like did dash up smash. I felt like I should have at least like I didn't use the platform. I didn't could have went back to ledge. I could have done anything, and I decided to commit with my strongest commit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's one thing I've been trying to work on a lot. Like I'll out of lag, you'll notice I'll attack beat one or do things beat one, trying to do something. But I find that it's just one of my main notes is like if I find them doing that, just like force it so that you're not doing that. Basically.
Yeah, yeah. This is another big thing. It's like shine grab's really good at the ledge too.
Mm-hmm.
Just like remember how good like if they're near the side of a ledge or they're like near the edge of a platform, like if you can get a grab, it's like really good. You have like back throw mix ups on platform, whereas like you can just forward throw at the ledge.
Remembering that situation, I definitely pre-committed to aerial.
Yeah.
I go for shine grab. I don't really do it for spacies. I'll do it versus Marth and Sheik in the corner. Mainly Marth. Like it is so good against Marth.
It is really good against Marv. Unfortunate Randy.
You have to go for those. They look neat. I want to try it. Yeah, I felt like that. I don't know if I meant to full hop there. Like I will do a lot of accidental full hops, but it's like what am I doing? I'm playing the game.
Yeah, like a really good backup. See if you get an accidental full up here, like even not committing to the aerial and just like, oh well, you actually yeah, you already had really early.
I think I was going for wake up instant drill.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say if you hadn't committed the aerial yet, you could like shine, stall, jump the platform, or else just like double jump the platform. But yeah, you like did it immediately, so that's fair.
Like fade back, like if I fade back there, like what's he gonna challenge with really?
Yeah.
I go for that a lot.
I
Like
was,
try and turn around for a ledge guard.
yeah, it's really good because like they're the most times they are gonna go for this awkward like kind of high angle like here. So and even if they don't, they can cover like other angles too because it lingers. You just have to worry about like not getting like trade with it, but
Often I'll do it when I'm more invincible. I'm not as happy with that one. Like I'll try and do them reactively, but um, very often I can cover like the very high options as well afterwards. It's like the stuff I do to cover the high stuff's gimmicky as well. Like I'll do weird jabs or dash attack at edge. I'm not as happy with those, but I really do believe in the shine there. One thing as well is like I've been I feel like this game exemplifies exactly what I think is wrong with my gameplay. Like he's standing in the corner and I'm like push buttons, play the game, play it now, and he's just like, okay, I guess I'll just wait for you to do something that's interacting with me.
yeah, like you're in it like like you're when you're shielding like you're just in such a good position, but then you like dash away because like these up tilts are with punishable if you're close enough, but you kind of just like I think yeah you just give them too much space when you have the advantage.
Mm-hmm. I want to pressure the like obviously Fox is supposed to nair the corner and it's like one of his best ways to challenge the corner. I've been thinking of I wrote it down yesterday because I was watching back these games too. I've been wanting to think of Nair as like my read that they want to contest my space, um, but I'm not sure how to like layer my Nair corner pressure. Honestly, like I'm not confident in it at all. Like when I play Lewin, I feel like he'll do like the thing that I talked to you about, like the one, two, or three dashes, and then he'll commit to a Nair, and it makes it really, really hard for me. And I feel like I have to make a decision. I don't know. I
Yeah,
struggle with pressuring the corner.
Yeah, like I think it's kind of like yeah, mixing up your timing in there, and then also like even like facing backwards back air can be really good. Like as long as you space the back air, because it can like hit shield or it can hit them like trying to jump out, jump the platform. Like there's a lot that back air can do, and like if you space it, they can't really punish you anyway. So it'd be mixing up their timings on top of like a few other things, like back air. I feel like is really good too. Like full up back air, or else like position on platform, like the in far side in, and like you can either drop through back air, you can like fall through up tilt, you can do like a lot from there too.
Yeah,
So
I think I need to write out all the mix-ups I want to do because I'm just not doing them. Like I just kind of dash dance and center there and didn't pressure him at all.
yeah, yeah, that's exactly it. I feel like you're kind of like you have like you're really solid at the like game plan you have, but like you just need to add like so many more mix-ups to what you're currently doing. And because like at the minute the way you're playing is like even if you mix up timings, it's still like the move choice you're doing is still very predictable. So even if they don't predict the timing, there's a lot of moves they can just like for example you do a lot in air, so at lower percent they could be like okay, doesn't matter when he comes in, I'll hold down crouch cancel it. So like I think so like more you could do more drills at low percent. That's just like one example, but I think like yeah, just layering your mix ups is like probably the next biggest thing you could do to just be a bit more like unpredictable in like every situation.
It feels like the layering the mix-ups is like the result of it, but it feels like a symptom of like lacking awareness. Because I'm like I when I play other players and they pressure me in the corner there, I feel like they're aware of what I'm doing. I feel like I'm playing my own game alone when I get people into the corner. But yeah,
You should be
there's
yeah,
something
yeah,
you're gonna have to push along.
yeah, you should be really thinking like, okay, what options do they have? What do I think's more like common, like from what I've seen them, but they've been doing or whatever. So yeah, I think just kind of like try thinking more like what the opponent has and what they're gonna do as well. We'll just like it's almost like get into the mind of them, so then you can understand what beats what that you think they're gonna do, rather than just being like, right, I'm gonna do like push buttons here or like give them a load of space. Because like yeah, Fox is really good at like as long as you're staying outside like the ledge dash zone, like when he's on ledge, and then if he's not on ledge, yeah, like he wasn't even on ledge there, so like you had loads of options to pressure him, but you just like give him so much space.
I think I tried to just tech chase with an aerial. I tried to like teeter it at the edge or something, just buffed it.
Yeah.
What else? I had so many thoughts from what we were just talking about. Uh,
Yeah, the biggest things I noticed from that game is definitely more mix ups in every situation, and I would use grab way more in the punish game. Like you seem to like tech chase a lot with Shine or with like an aerial, where you could just literally get a grab, and there's honestly nothing as juicy as like a grab as Fox and the Fox Ditto. Like the only thing maybe is the double shine you're talking about, but that's just yeah, it's very like unreliable.
yeah, cheese.
Exactly.
Um, what was it? What was it? I've lost it. It was about it's about that corner situation. Ah, it's gone.
Right, I'll load up. Let's see what I can't remember what game that was.
Oh, it was about data gathering stuff. Like for a while, I spent a while to try and get like I would write out habit analysis stuff on like as I'm playing people, I want to get good at realizing their habits. So like, what do they do out of lag every time, or their aerials? Do they dash back most of the time out of their aerials? What do they do out of this? And I'd like write it down every day, but I found it was just like fruitless. And the things that I found the most for habit detection was all by feel. Like I felt as I was playing fuzziness there, like I had an idea of how he wanted to play and how he wanted to pressure me, but it's more of a feeling of like he wants to contest my space now. He wants to. It's always he wants to contest my space now. It ends up being my reads. It's like the habit detection stuff always feels subconscious.
Yeah, yeah. I think like writing it down, writing stuff like habits down for me isn't that useful because I feel like I do it based on like how they're currently playing. Like I'll do it by like the way they're moving and stuff. So like I think kind of I do it by kind of keeping mental notes like at the time, and I feel like just it's more fresh in my head as well as it just is more reliable because it's in the moment. Whereas I don't know, there's people who change up habits so much every session, so like I feel it's not
Yeah,
as reliable.
layered randomness and good players, it's like really, really, really hard to pull habits from that.
Yeah, so I think I like just it's more of a make sure you're like looking at them, taking mental notes in the current moment and seeing how they're moving and stuff. I think it's just something like when you get more comfortable with how you're playing. Like I think because you're already thinking about the mix-ups you have, it's going to be hard to do that on top of like looking at them. So I think it's kind of like concentrate on one thing at a time, and then once that gets easier, you move on to the next thing.
Yeah, well put. I found that when I was looking for a lot of this habit stuff, when I would find a habit, it was always like, oh, he did this thing here. He'll probably do it again, and that was it. It wasn't
Yeah.
useful at all. I don't know.
Yeah, you kind of see the way I do it is kind of I look at so it's kind of like what we were saying where like I see someone in the corner, I'll take a note of something in the corner, another fact like I'll keep track of what they do rather than being like oh they did that, they'll do it again. It's kind of like they did this and this, so they probably they have these options. What's my best like what's my best choice to be safe but still covering like all of if not multiple of these options?
Yeah,
Whereas it feels like you kind of go, you bet it all on black, where it's like, right, he did that. I'm going in. I'm risking it all on. Like he's gonna pick that option, and if he doesn't, I'm screwed. So it's like risk reward is like so high risk, and the reward's high, but like you could be getting like a lot of reward for so much less risk.
yeah.
Right, we'll see some FD.
I find like ASDIing out of a lot of stuff recently for jabs and stuff, and it gets me reversals. I was pretty spammy here. Like I was watch how I pressure the corner. I'm doing nothing the whole time. I feel like I'm not doing anything.
And this is another prime example as well, where like you see he's full hopped, like and double jumped, and you just commit with a short hop aerial, which is like the worst thing to do.
Drill too, like
Yeah, there's literally like no reason this should be a like you should have been honestly when
full
you
up nair.
fill up nair or else even like just more like when you see he's jump to this you can like he's in such a bad spot you could literally dash towards but also keep continue to dash dance.
I feel like dash dance right outside of that like dash space.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
no matter what, if he commits to an aerial, I can just dash grab.
Yeah, the two best things here would have been to trade with Nair, and if he falls past ledge, you can shine him, or to dash dance and like whiff punish the landing lag on back air. But because you committed to the short up drill, it's like, yeah, you're in lag, he's above you, it's just really bad.
A lot of my gameplay is like pressing button habitual stuff. I'll be honest. Like if I'm, it is harder to stay. Like I will have a lot of cognizant decision making. As it like before, I felt like I wasn't nearly as reliant on muscle memory, and now I feel like a lot of my game is muscle memory. But I want that because like I'm so heavily concentrating on my muscle memory a lot of the time that I want it to be like I'm completely confident in it, so that eventually I can be thinking about all this stuff. But I'm not sure if that's the right way to go. I feel like I need to be more brainy now.
Yeah, I think so. I think like relying on muscle memory for like the technical stuff is fine, but you definitely need to be thinking more in terms of like options and like neutral. Like it feels like your muscle memory's kind of just took over to the point where it's like you're too button mashy, you're not really thinking what's available in the like situation. So I would say, yeah, just try to be in friendlies. I try like my brain almost is going more like going flying in friendlies compared to tournament because tournaments where like you kind of put it all together and your muscle memory is compiled with the like you think a bit. I think a bit less in tournament, but think when I need to like adapt more so. Whereas I'm kind of thinking out more situations in friendlies because I want to work them out for tournament.
Yeah, I do a lot of wake up drill. I think I have some unusual wake up options that I'm not as confident in. Like weird shine grab. I'll do those if I feel like they're trying to late tech chase me. Fuzziness will do that a lot. I should have just shielded or something. Like that's never gonna work.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think, let me see what.
Okay, all of this is like I look at it, I'm like, yeah, terrible decision, terrible decision. But it's like I'll go back to the game and I'll do the same thing. And it's like, well,
Even like yeah, like shielding and dashback's a really good option out of wake up as well, especially when like, he's that far away. Like there's no way he's getting like a guaranteed tech chase here anyway.
I almost never do the dash backs, which is I heard what's his face Australian guy, really good Fox, little trick shot. He changed his tag. That guy, he's great.
Yeah, even
He
like
does those a lot.
yeah, that I see a mix of dashback and actually just straight up attacking out of it is really good too, especially if they're this far away. Because like a lot of foxes will still try get something even though they're going. Like if you see this distance, you know he can't guarantee tech chase. So it's like okay, he might either try still go for the grab and be slow. He's which he does do. He goes for a down tilt because there's a bit more range, but like he can't get that out before you can like act out. So you can just like literally run towards him and do like drill shine, drill grab. So instead of doing like a fade away drill here, you should have just like ran in with a drill and you would have hit him.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could have got drill grab, which is like yeah, FD, I'll take that, thank you.
My grab punishes have gotten a lot worse because I've tried to be less focused on punish because like I would do the grab flowcharts all day and I kind of got bored of it. But I still like I would turn it on for tournament. Like if I'm playing a Falco, I will try and do the pivot or not pivot shield, like the dash shield chain grab stuff. A lot of my flowchart stuff punish is quite lazy. Like that was just I knew that it was very unlikely that he would knock the eye off stage there.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been trying to use Shine Wave Dash Back as a baiting tool. Like all of this is like, oh, I want to do creative punish game stuff.
Yeah, when it's like you should just grab.
Like I wanted to do some weird. I've been loving Shine Nair stuff. Like I'm okay to sometimes substitute some of my grab follow-ups for like dropping combos that I want to go for friendlies because like I know that's what I want to do. Like that was a silly mistake. I've been trying to ledge dash between stocks to get better, but if I'm doing the up B refreshes, they're gonna get tested. Yeah, just dropping them. I like the drill was okay. I just should have turned around.
Yeah, even like so once you get this back air, once you
Just dropped the shine, of course, but I just fucked it.
even when you dropped here and you didn't shine, you could have like what you could have did here is like instead of doing the aerial because you already seen him, you could have just double jumped and fell to ledge again and then drilled from ledge to keep him down and then go for the shine when he can't tech.
I think that's like scared muscle memory where I'm like, get back on stage and then reassess the situation.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, really good up tilt.
Yeah, that was just bad. When I did that, I was like, ooh, that was gross. From the ledge, this one. It's instant commit. He has all the stage to dash back. Every Marth kills me off that.
Let me see. Oh yeah, I think you could have sneaked ledge there. Yeah, if you'd wheeled out and held in, you would have got ledge, and then you could have shined him back or back aired him back from ledge.
Amazing that it was able to, like, I didn't think Nair like would end then. It looked like it had
Yeah.
another second.
I will watch some. I'll watch a Sheik game now and see what we can get from that as well.
One of my main concerns is how I'm using Nair. Like, I really want to be able to threaten space with Nair, but I just don't feel like I'm doing it. Like, when I watch other Foxes or if I feel like I'm playing prop you or Lin, it feels like you guys you'll have situations where it's like, okay, it's nair time. I don't have any of those.
I think your biggest weakness when it comes to nair is always doing it like either faded back or in place. It feels like very rare you like overshoot the nair, which is one of the best things about the nair. Like just going to where they're going to be, especially in the corner, but that's when they have less space, so they can't even dash back as much. So if they're like at a percent where they can't really crouch cancel the nair and in the corner, if you do like a low nair, like a low overshooting nair, the only really thing that's going to beat that is if they do like a really early aerial to like beat your late nair. But even if they full up, it's not like, yeah, they kind of got position back, but you're not really going to get punished too hard for that. So it's like the risk reward's really good in that situation. But it feels like you're just kind of trying to set up a wall with nair rather than being like, okay, I'm going to make sure they have like zero space now when they already have so little space to work with. You're kind of just letting them get a bit back so the nair becomes less of a threat.
Yeah, I really don't like giving them space. A lot of the time I would wall out with like full hop back air stuff, and I thought that like when I was doing that a lot, I found that people were just dash dancing in the corner. I was like, I'm not doing anything, but I want to keep them there. I want them to run into my thing or still feel scared to do anything. So I feel like that's where I am now is kind of a result of that.
Yeah, I get you because there's times where you want to dash dance to kind of, yeah, as you're saying, keep them intimidated, keep them in the corner. But there's also times where like they're gonna just dash dance in the corner and they're not really gonna budge. So that's why I like the overshoot because like as you say, you see the amount of times in these matches alone you've seen how much the fox dash dances in the corner. So if you literally just like overshot in air, it's gonna catch that every time. So if you think a fox is gonna just like dash dance in the corner, I would just like overshoot an air way more into the corner.
This is one of the situations like I feel like I need to write out every single one of the mix-ups and then just look at them.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
one of my favorite things to do with Melee. Like I need to when I'm saying like layer the mix-ups, I literally mean it. Like I want to write every single one that I should do off. Like if we both wake up at the same time off like we both neutral get up, I'm in like the left side of the platform, they're underneath the middle. Like what should be the mix up? What should I do every single time out of that? And like I want it to be random. I want to feel like I'm looking at a list of things and I'm picking it, and then I start to change based on what they're doing or seeing if they think they can respond to what I'm doing. I love that part of Melee.
yeah. No, that's a really good way to look at it. I think once you know the mix-ups, and then like you kind of have to play with them a little bit to really understand like when and not to use them. I think like that method you're using to like think of it is really good. It just takes a bit of time to like learn it all and like how to use them all in what situations.
Yeah, I really don't want to feel like I'm missing any of them too. That's one thing I found recently is I'm not really sure how to challenge cheat on platforms as much. Like I'll do the short hop up air stuff, and it tends to work out a lot. Or like I'll do the fadeaway bear that you do first puff or something, or laser them. But it's like at this point, I want to force it. Like I don't want to do as many of the less pressure heavy ones that just kind of let them reset.
Yeah, like I like here where you could either wave dash back up till bait a space so they can't shield grab. You can also back air space a back air, but
Yeah,
I feel like when you turn around, that makes this like way less threatening.
yeah.
Like
That I was doing the lesson walk thing. Like I love when lesson does the slight walk where he's trying to get up tilt and he has so many mix ups. It was it was one of the first things I saw in lesson, but yeah, I just threw it all away there.
yeah,
I really like to do
exactly.
that. Just forward air too, like a box pressing buttons. It's so easy to press the wrong material too. Oh,
And you've already seen like down air is like super good in this matchup because the amount Sheik loves to crouch cancel, like the amount he's just running in doing either down smash, down tilt, just running in crouching, like so you should just be doing. Oh, is this messed up? Oh no, it's okay now. But yeah, the amount, yeah, you're like running up shielding when you could just be like running down air and then just get like a wave shine and the grab up smash, whatever you want.
one thing I've been finding is pretty good at reactively power shielding if like I'm just reacting to people's aerials, and it's one of the things that I find very fun in the game. I think it's
Yeah,
also a bit dopamine hunty. Like I find I trade situations a lot where I could have just like in situations where I'm power shielding, I need to replace them with CC dash back. I need to replace them with pretty much anything else a lot of the time. Like on low aerials, if I'm trying to power shield them, like I'm just going to be negative. Have you noticed like if you power shield an aerial when it's like a low aerial, you like can't act as quick, and then they get like a giant mixed up anyway.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I honestly like I very like I go for power shields on things I know I can kind of like, but like it's rare I go for it when I like it feels so rare that it's better than another option.
Yeah.
So like I use it a lot versus like Falco, obviously his lasers, but even some of his aerials and stuff. But for the most part, like yeah, I would say like still use it reactively like you're doing, but times where you could react with something better, just kind of weigh the situation and be like, okay, well I could just have hit him with this. That will do way more.
It feels so silly when I'm like, I'm doing the situations where I'm power shielding it and I've like reacted perfectly. They've done terrible, direct, terrible everything, and I decide to fuck it by reacting better when a neutral shield
Exactly, like
screw up
the
result.
thing you're doing is so technically tough, but you get so little. So it's like it feels so bad because you're like, man, that was so hard and I got nothing for it.
Oh, it was one of my big gripes with Marth when I'd reactively power shield their like bear or something, and then I'd teleport across half the stage with the pushback.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I've started to come. I've started to enjoy Marth a lot again. Like I'm not enjoying matchups if I play them. It's really good.
Yeah.
Just being able to like very often if I found like there were situations that were frustrating matchups, I would kind of just go, well, I can't figure it out. This is fucking stupid. I'm upset. That was it. But I've
Yeah.
been really, really like if I come away from an unranked session, I'm not feeling great about it. Like I want to figure out like I don't want to be upset there again. I want to feel all right when that situation comes up again, or like understand it so that I don't feel like I'm just completely out of the loop.
Yeah, so here is like whenever you're doing a back air and they already have their shield up, pretty much always fade it away. Like there's no reason to maybe if you're trying I know if you're trying to like cross up, maybe you were.
Yeah, I think I tried to land on the other side of them, but the shield pushback didn't let me.
Yeah, because a lot of time I'll just like you need a lot of momentum to kind of get on the other side. So a lot of time after doing this wave dash, I do shine bear, but fade it away from them, and then they'll like that baits them a lot to go for like and something out of shield, and then you can see like okay they did this, I'll like run in now and punish it, but because you like pushed it in, it's like the nair does hit.
Are you on the buffer jump wave? You've been doing that?
But yeah, I do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to do it recently. It's a lot less applicable as Fox, but it's still something that really interests me. Like seeing the Sheiks get so much mileage off it is super interesting.
Peace. Right.
I think the reason I sent this game is I was more proud of how I pressured the corner in earlier situations as opposed to before. Like I felt not there, like very earlier in. I felt like I was keeping them in the corner a lot.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of hunting for something that was quirky or cool. I thought, oh,
Yeah.
if I get a couple hits to fair and then I edge cancel the shine and then this is a silly cop out.
Yeah, I was so I remember laughing when I first seen that last night. I was like that just he's just dead the nair.
Yeah, it's I think it still comes back to the pressure in the corner stuff. Like it feels like it's just going to be an experience thing, and I'm going to have to put a lot of more so conscious effort as opposed to like spamming it in friendlies. If I'm honest, like
Yeah, I think yeah, I definitely would say the biggest recommendation to like just get like a better way to improve when you're playing friendlies and all is just be a lot more like active on thinking about things. Like don't just be like okay, I'm gonna just like try like at the minute it kind of feels like you're playing like how many inputs can I do per like second or something. So is
oh,
it
it feels so good though, but you have no idea. Feels so good. When I'm just pressing buttons and I feel like I'm being a little bit silly, having fun.
Yeah,
Nothing beats it. Nothing beats it.
yeah, no, but yeah, I think once like you are like you're technical, so like once you get the stuff figured out, like the situations, once you start to actually think more and be aware of like how to pressure the corner, how to like recover, how to like cover, like for example the whole like forward throw thing we were talking about, like that's just like one mix up. So if you kind of like if you're able to like because forward throw you had like three good options you picked, and then like I added crouch cancel to that. But if you kind of start to think that way about everything and really put like conscious thought into that, I do think like that'll help you so much. Because at the minute you just don't have enough, like you don't, like you kind of, as I say, you kind of pick one option and you go for that. Whereas if you start to do what you do with forward throw and like layer those mix-ups onto every situation, it's gonna mean like they're gonna be so like, oh, what do I do here, because he's been doing like three or four different things, I don't know what he's gonna do. And that alone is like so scary. But at the minute, it just kind of feels like, okay, all he's been doing is like dash dancing, waiting for me to hit a button. I may as well just like take space, and it's not as threatening now. So once you start to have those multiple options that you pick from, it's gonna be a lot less linear, and they're gonna be a lot more like, oh dear, actually you have to like adapt to what he's doing. At the minute, it doesn't feel like they have to adapt quite as much because your playstyle's like very fixed.
I think it's a symptom of like the more reactive stuff I was trying to go for. Like I'm hoping they'll run at me so I can get a reversal or I'll be able to react to what they do. I think. Um, yeah, I need to be more proactive in pressure.
Yeah, exactly. We'll watch. Did we didn't watch this game, did we? The FOD sheet game?
I can't remember.
I don't think so.
Run it. Won't hurt.
Yeah, I like that a lot where you waited out the aerial too. You didn't get like the best hit of back air here, but I do like that you waited for his back air. You could just like full up now and back air him once it ends.
Very often I'll like one of my big things that I've been noticing recently is you can bait people to aerial falling down so easily just by like if you get anywhere near close to them, like even just standing on side platforms, like it's the Luigi thing where they just spam aerials every time. It's pretty annoying to deal with, but like you can bait it like every single time, and like amazing players will just fall down aerial trying to test your spacing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think you'd be it.
No, for sure. Oh,
That was
close.
silly. I was trying to grab ledge earlier.
Yeah, like I like the shine you did. If you just like not went on stage and just like shined like here
Should have
and then
grabbed ledge like a year earlier. Probably there.
yeah, here exactly. Like, you should have fast fell the ledge and then you could have covered everything. Yeah, and I feel like you're so fixated on covering the corner that you don't really cover like rolls and stuff as much.
Mhm.
So like you're covering like this kind of space like here, whereas like yeah, that time like even here you actually were in a perfect good, like you had a really like that down tilt was really well spaced. So you could still cover like a roll. Like you could have back aired here.
Very often with rolls, I find that people need to demonstrate to me that they'll do them before I go to punish them.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and like even like here's another good like place to like full up, and you leave maybe side B, like like go to top plat or
Yeah.
something. It's just yeah, you're just not using full up enough to escape or to like add more aggressive mix ups.
Yeah, I feel like that specifically the situation where I get hit by that up tilt trying to drill out of the corner, it's like none of the short hop dash dance options I would have done got me anything.
Yeah,
I need to outplay them so hard if I'm gonna do anything. It's just like full hops right there.
Yeah, like anytime they do like an F tilt, an up tilt, like full up over back air is like good against all of that.
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
remember you
just
talking about that ages ago. I love it.
yeah,
Like he
yeah.
spams it.
Oh yeah, like I remember when I found laughing on ranked one time and like that's when I was trying out a lot of up tilt stuff and he was just full up over me back air beating out and I was like I'm trying that and like the amount I use it now and it's so god tier. Like and then this is the overshoot thing I'm talking about. So you just kind of do this up air in place. Like you do it where they were, not where they're going to be. And then it gets
In
you
my
grabbed.
mind, it was like, um, if I land there, it should be a positive aerial, and like if once I land, I'm gonna shine grab because they're in the corner, but like they just spaced.
Yeah, yeah.
But so much of my gameplay, it's like it's not even fragmented awareness. It's just like not playing the game sometimes, and then I decide to like start. It's weird.
Yeah, like it honestly, like I can kind of see when you say about like practice and stuff, because sometimes it literally looks like you're in like you're doing like a training routine almost, like when they're there.
Literally. I still do believe in like the movement I'm trying to do. Like I think this is valuable movement though. I'll need to learn that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I think all this like really fast, short up, tight dash dance and stuff is all really good. It's just like yeah, once you combine that with the other stuff, it'll all like mesh really well together. You just don't want to like get too fixated on it where it's getting to the point where it's going to be hard to adapt back to like adding full ups in and doing the other mix ups.
I feel like now's the time, if anything.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Because for a while it felt like I was all right for all my ideas in melee for coaching and stuff. Like I felt like okay, I feel like I have a decent understanding of the game enough, and I want to play and learn on this new controller, but like I can't even do anything. It was very frustrating at first.
Yeah,
Technical back.
like this is a really good match of showing like how you should be like more mindful. Like as soon like if I was to run in short up and try nair and I got F tilted for it, I'd be like right, so F tilt stuffs out my short up nair. Then I'd be thinking what beats forward tilt, and then I'd be like okay, full up's really good against forward tilt. So I can do like full up over back air. I can do full up, delay my timing a fast fall in there. Like so many different things. Whereas it kind of feels like at the minute, once you get hit by something, it's kind of like you're still gonna just run at the wall again.
Yeah, I very much wanted to I wanted to get good at forcing them to like you're saying like oh yeah the nurse stuff's out the F tilt. The first thing that came to mind for me is like how can I bait out the F tilt? Can I shield the F tilt? Um, obviously there's the passive play of like lasers and stuff, but like that's where mine goes immediately.
For example, this fill up was really good. If you just done a back air here, it was like perfect. Like this is the exact
They succeeded
situation.
too. Like I should have gotten punished.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, but the fill up was really good. Like it's like okay. So you know obviously like there's multiple things you can do. You can run up crouch cancels also insanely good. You get a shine. Then just like the full up stuff. There's like you can do a dash dance to like wait out the timing and run in shine as well. Kind of like how you can go in between falcons and air hits
That
up
always
there.
felt like the part of the game where it's like this is going to be the ultra precise part that I'm going to have to spend the most amount of time learning
Yeah,
and will give me the most amount of technical control if I'm spamming it all the time. It felt like the most effective practice. I still kind of do believe it, but it's like I've done it so much now that I'm just not. I'm willfully ignorant of part of the game.
yeah, that's exactly it. So, yeah, my big thing to end on would be just to try anything that you get hit by doing those like short ops and stuff. Think about it like okay, this lost to that. What do I know in my head that beats that, and start trying to apply it like immediately. Like start trying to get into the mindset of like I need to adapt to when I get hit. Why did I get hit? Okay, this is why I got hit. I'm gonna
Yeah,
swap to doing this, and like I think once you start to do that, it'll just mesh with your play style instead of just being always fixated on like going for the one thing.
yeah.
But yeah, that's it. But if you have any last minute questions, or if you have any, if there's any situations you want to know about and you want to DM me, I can like let you know, figure out solutions, that type of thing as well.
Yeah,
Feel free to message me just whenever, and I'll do my best.
we definitely covered absolutely everything I wanted to touch on. I was struggling to put a lot of this into words, but this has been really helpful. I've taken a bunch of notes, and yeah, I'll make sure to get back to you. I'll probably get back to you pretty soon because like this is this is a lot of stuff that a lot of it is awareness, especially with pressuring the corner, but like there it's going to be a while before I'm going to have effectively implemented full hop into my game plan. I feel like we'll be able to break that down a lot more. Yeah,
Yeah,
I really
exactly.
appreciate it.
No, no worries. And as I say, like even sending me an odd game or two here and there, like to see if you've thought you've made like progress, you're starting to implement full ups and stuff, or like there's like certain situations you're not really sure what to
Yeah,
do. Like just any time, feel free to message me, and I'll do my best to help you out.
will do.
All right, catch you later. Hope you have a good one.
Thanks for your time. See you later, man.
Bye.